So, dear Dhamma practitioners, we're going to start our session now. Be comfortable to yourself and relax your body. And your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. Also, gently close your eyes and focus to this bell sound. And while you focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, relax your breathing with your thoughts. Just let everything to settle down as it is. Namo tas bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhas. Namo tas bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhas. Namo tas bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhas. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in this meditation session, we mainly practice tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation. So, when it comes to tranquility meditation, in the beginning, you develop your mind to stay in one point and settling down with the primary mental object, whatever you follow. So tranquility meditation is like a foundation for the vipassana. So the vipassana meditation mainly this is called analytical meditation and insight meditation or the panya bhavana. It's more deeply observe your inner experience. To observe that, you have to have very sharp, clear, undisturbed mind. So through tranquility meditation, you try to achieve to that undisturbed mind. So when it comes to that, it's very important to be comfortable yourself without pushing too much and without taking the mind as an enemy. Because when you meet an enemy or when you see an unpleasant person, even physically, you don't like to look. Your eyes not go that way. Somehow to try to escape from it. See, in Vipassana meditation, we try to see the mind. So in tranquility meditation, if you take the mind as an enemy, you will push the mind, you will fight with it, and you're not going to look into it because you don't develop that friendship. So then in the beginning, take the mind as a friend and respect it and appreciate it and just let it to be Don't try to struggle with the mind. There's nothing to do with the mind. Only thing what you have to do, just focus to the primary mental object and be with it. Don't try to think about the mind. So your primary mental object, observing the inhalation, exhalation in front of your nose and your upper lip area. So your responsibility, your duty is should be here and bringing attention and settling down with it. Don't try to interfere with the mind. So the naturally the mind will settle down. So when it comes to the technique or the meditation, if you keep trying to do something mentally, your mind becomes so busy. So the meditation, when it comes to meditation, it's a very important thing you get out of the all the physical mental actions and just allow everything to settle down and just be in one place. So then remember, just accept whatever and your responsibility is stay calm, relaxed, comfortable with the friendly attitude, with the sensation of the inhalation, exhalation. When you keep settling down, suddenly what will happen? You start to feel that everything come to one place. Maybe it's only 1 second. Your body, your mind, your breathing, everything settling down as one. In that very moment, the structure of this physical body disappear from your mind. Because physically we have that our structure, this we always have this image inside us. So the once the mind settle down with the body and the breathing, the deeply heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness start to deform, deconstruct. And then you come to a point kind of the formless. This deconstructive method come out of the tranquility meditation. That is the result you gain through this tranquility practice. Maybe you're going to experience it only for 1 second, maybe 1 millisecond. It will disappear. But it will help you to have the clarity and now your practice work. So then what you have to do then? Without struggling with the mind or the technique or anything else, just slowly settle down. Why? Because you know it works. Because you experience maybe only 1 millisecond, but you experience it. And then you feel more comfortable, relaxed, and the sensation become more sharp and sensation become more deep. It's not like a shallow level of experience. You experience becomes slow, deep. And that is where even the 1 second time period becomes so heavy. So the mind start to go deeper and experience even within 1 second. It start to experience to the highest. You don't miss anything. That is what you need before you go to vipassana meditation. So it comes through this tranquility meditation according to the way that you settling down with the mind, not struggling with the mind, not fighting with the mind, not arguing with the mind, not interfering with the mind. You accepting, you allowing it to be. So you respecting to it. You become more humble. So that is the way that you achieve to tranquility state through the practice. And even with the physical posture, just speak. Don't take it as a kind of like a separate practice, or kind of like, oh, I'm going to practice meditation, or I have to be like this. Or it's not like that. Be more comfortable, be more friendly. Mostly sometimes when come to meditation, the very first thing some people say, oh, we cannot sit, oh, it is very difficult to sit. See, even you don't sit, but just the idea separate you. It kind of like that idea itself take you kind of like a struggle. It's kind of like a fight, your attitude completely different. This is what you have to fix in the beginning, especially when it comes to tranquility meditation. So your posture, why you separate it kind of like a very difficult military task? No, of course, when it comes to that contemplating inhalation, exhalation, the posture should be straight. But that doesn't mean you become so arrogant. That doesn't mean you become kind of like a fighter to yourself. You become more humble, more relaxed, more comfortable. With the joy, you have to sit. So that is the physical. And maybe in the beginning you feel a little bit uncomfortable, but if you keep practice little by little, little by little, that you will see. See how people, addicted to drink, alcohol. It is not, no any alcohol, have any good taste. So everything kind of like a burning, bitter, very, heavy feelings. See, no one, that the drink, this hard alcohol, with the smile, happy face. This kind of like a burning sensation they experience. But what happened later? Little by little, little by little. Why then you cannot just sit a little bit and practice meditation, you know? Mm. So I get some messages from some students and ask, is there any way that without keeping the back straight, neck head straight, how to practice? No, you cannot do that. There's no way. When it comes to Anapanasati, there's a protocol you have to follow. So that's why you have to remember. But it's be comfortable yourself. Be friendly with it. So everything we practice like that way in the beginning, nothing come easy. See how we cycling, it's a little by little, little by little. So the posture is not difficult. If you keep practice every day a little bit, you become more comfortable. And at the same time, when you are able to recognize and settle down with the sensation, that also the same. So mind, sometimes say my mind go here and there, my mind so busy. Why you think about the mind? You don't need to think about mind. Just let the mind to do whatever. Only thing what you have to do, just focus to the sensation and stay there. Wait. And that is what you have to do. And at the same time, with the friendly mind, with the happy mind, be comfortable yourself. So that way you start to experience even your own posture, own moment, and even the sound, even whatever the sensation, you start to feel more deeply. That is what you need. The deeply, sometimes the thoughts also you start to recognize more deeply. That is what you need. So let that to unfold little by little, little by little. So stay just focused and be comfortable, be relaxed. And if you get disturbed again and again, just keep focused to the inhalation, exhalation. And through the sensation recognized without trying to do kind of like an exercise or not to hold the breathing or without interfering, just recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. And then recognize this is the beginning, middle, and end. Follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. In the third level, when you observe that way, some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. So just accept it. That's mean when you recognize, that mean your mind more deeply recognize the sensation. That's how you can recognize these details. Once you come to that, so from there we go to Vipassana meditation. In the Vipassana, so drop all the details related to the inhalation, exhalation. Inhalation, exhalation, beginning, middle, end, long, short, heavy, soft. Don't focus to that. Just keep to only to the sensation. Don't categorize. Just simply be with the sensation. And sensation and within yourself, not imagination. Completely physical sensation you have to catch and see it. And you will see that sensation moment by moment, moment by moment change. And that change, not only that, within that change, what will happen? And you recognize this unsatisfactory nature. There is no moment to settle down. And there is no self in between this any experience. So once you recognize these details, let's go a little bit deeper. The observer itself, you. Catch this very carefully. So the observer, you now yourself, you observing feelings. When you observe the feelings, that is the moment of your existence. It is not to separate from something. That is your life, that is your existence itself. That is the real moment of your life, not the past or not the future. The moment of the sensation that you catch. And if you become more sharp and clear, you will see it happening very quick. And it happening very sharp, very quick. And it happening very accurate. So you become slow and sharp and clear and catch the sensation. So in that very moment, you will recognize that sensation is you, not the part of you. So that's the thing. So even you recognize sensation here maybe, or somewhere, that is your entire body. It is not your sensation happening here. So to recognize this, you have to little bit more deeply go. You kind of like get like that bird eye view regarding completely your whole body. So even though you are here focusing to the sensation or anywhere, in that very moment, not only that moment of the sensation change, it's your whole existence moment of the sensation or the feelings change. And that's mean you completely change. There is no even single moment of your head to toes, entire this body, anywhere going to be in one place separately and another place going to change. No, your whole body change. and not only changing. And there is no head to toes within yourself. Form, feeling, sensation, formation, recognition, this everything. From beginning to end, your whole being itself, there is no moment just anywhere going to settle down. You have no any single thoughts can hold into, oh, this is enough, I am done, oh, now okay, like that. No. Another thing is, when you able to recognize that, you will recognize the moment itself changing, and the moment that go with this unsatisfactory nature, and there is nothing unchangeable, or there is nothing that calls self that holding and stay away from this experience, because head to toes each and every cell related to and respond to the sensation or the change. It is you are the one who changing. So you see through the mind, but at the same time, the mind also changing. So once you recognize that, in that vipassana level, there is no separate experiencer, there is no separate subject. So the subject and object, experience and experiencer, that everything like flux, everything kind of like a spider web, everything is kind of like the same ocean. We are just see the waves, we see the waves, but rather than surface level of waves, in the vipassana level, you experience in the depth of the ocean. So when it comes to that moment, you will see there is no such a separate entity or separate moment or separate things going to be stay away or going to perform without changing or without related to unsatisfactory nature or without related to selflessness. This everything is just the moment of experience. So let's practice a little bit. Keep your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and keep your back straight. And close your eyes, please. Bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes. And say yourself 3 times, Supatveva, or may I be well and happy. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge in this moment. With this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation, and then later observe the form, feeling, sensation, formations, and recognition. And through this, all the experience, to see the impermanent, unsatisfactoriness, and selflessness. So bring attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And bring attention to the sensation and allow your inhalation, exhalation happen itself. Just recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. Follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation, knowingly. This is the beginning, this is the middle, this is end of the inhalation and exhalation. Also, you may experience some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just accept it. Don't struggle. Don't change anything. Be comfortable and watch and see. And keep focus to the sensation and recognize the impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness. It is all of you impermanent, moment by moment. Head to toes your whole body, impermanent. All over your body, unsatisfactory nature. All over your body, selflessness. Bring your attention to your body. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this with clear intention. Mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light and expand the capacity little by little to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation. without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, the life we experience and mostly depend on the conditions and the situations and the environment and day by day. So this conventional life, there is no moment going to be everything settled down, everything going to be good, and everything going to be nice. There is no moment come. When we look at the human history, there is no any single day in this human existence that we can see, we can find any record that regarding the world was kind of like a beautiful place, just even for a single day. When it comes to history, the most of the recorded incidents, the chaos, difficult times, hard times, even today, in this 2020, end of this year, we are almost end of this year. So with this all the science, technology, and the knowledge, education, with this everything, when you look at the world, how it is possible the world is experienced like these situations? Even very simple things becoming very hard. When we look at the world, from president to just ordinary person, just normal citizens, everybody go through kind of like a struggle. So this is the reality. This is the real world. And sometimes we question ourselves, why this is unnecessary. That is what life. Because we always experience something difficult, we always experience something hard, we always experience something very, very ugly because it's unnecessary. But we cannot escape from it. We cannot stay away from it. Why? Because we build up through the greed, hatred, and the delusion. We never build up with the loving kindness, generosity, wisdom. That is not our blueprint. Our blueprint is, our DNA is greed, hatred, and the delusion. That's why we are in the samsara, and that's why we are experiencing these situations all over the world. So then yourself, the very important, the first step is accepting it. Because when we reject it, and sometimes we take the ignorance as wisdom and we facilitate it and we go with it. And we take the hatred as the loving kindness. We go with it. And even the nations hate others, and we think that that nation, they talk about the loving kindness. See, that the hatred themselves, they take it as a kind of like a loving kindness. And the greediness also the same. And we kind of like becoming kind of like a greedy, and in that greediness, we use the greediness as the generosity. So this is the very nature of the very nature of basic world. So nothing wrong with this anything. Only thing is we have to understand, and we in the very first level we have to accept it as this is the nature of the world. Once you accept it, you become free from it. Because if you resist it, if you try to think it is not the world, this is not the way, this is should not way to happen, then what will happen? You go against it. Can you change? You cannot change it. You cannot change it. Even you come to a point to change, there is something else going to come. So that's why, although even during the Buddha's time, the monks had many, even temples, arguments, fighting, even the physically. One time Buddha entered to the lunch hall. The monk were having lunch, and then they had a debate, and after the debate, argument, and they start to throw their begging bowls, plates, cups, each other. What the Buddha did finally, he left the temple and stay away 3 months in the middle of the jungle. So you see. So then you have to understand, this is the reality of the world. So don't think then this everything going to be calm, nice, everything going to be understand. No, there's no way understanding going to be the main pillar of the world. No, the ignorance going to be the main pillar. The greediness going to be the main pillar. That's why even you keep coming, keep coming. The world going to be with these things. And that is one reason. If you look very carefully, even ourselves, we contribute to that greed, hatred, and the delusion. It is just not the one person, everyone. So this is one reason for us to look for the liberation or the enlightenment or the nibbana. Why? Because this is the world going to be. And so when you are in that path, if you not contribute to the greed, hatred, and the delusion, And the very first thing you have to understand, that is the very nature of the world. Don't go against it, don't resist it. It is the two sides of the same coin. So then for yourself, it is better you exercise, you practice yourself, you brush up yourself, sharp yourself. When it comes to that, the important thing when it comes to Buddha's teaching, it is not a kind of like a religion. This is this completely different, and this completely teach to direct you to the liberation, freedom. And he didn't build up a cult. He didn't build up a tradition. He didn't build up any kind of hierarchy. That the Buddha had the only one mission, that liberation or the Nibbana. But today, by the time it happened, for everything, by the time, because it has to go through the society, people. When it go through people, sometimes things start to drop and things start to add, things start to change. But still, this community of the Sangha, monks and lay people, everyone, whoever, look for the truth. They sacrifice a lot and protect this. So it is your opportunity. Before it go away, it's going to go away. It's going to disappear. It one day, it's going to disappear. Before it's going to disappear, within your lifetime, and try to build up a very good foundation for yourself. Why? Because this is your responsibility. Behalf of the truth, behalf of the Dhamma. You have children, you have family, you have husband, wife, and you do ordinary things. But at the same time, contributing to husband, wife, children, it is your kind of responsibility. But this is more higher responsibility that you gain, becoming guardians to the truth or the Dhamma and contributing to protect it. How? Through practice. Through practice. So when it comes to that, this is a path that you have to totally become free. And when it comes to Buddha's teaching, that's why he never built up a kind of like a hierarchy. And this is more giving the freedom. And if it is kind of like order you to do, okay, do this way, do this way, do this way, don't do this, don't do like that way. If it is guide you like that, you are not free. You know, oh, every day you have to chant this, every day you have to do this puja, every day you have, then you are itself not free. But Buddha's teaching is giving you total freedom when it comes to this path. So that is one of the very important thing. And when it comes to during that time, mainly recorded that the 62 other religious groups used to be during Buddha's time. 62 recorded main strong religion streams. But the Buddha is the one who gave the total freedom whoever come to practice. Because if you are not free to follow the path, how you gain the freedom? Through becoming controlling or the holding or bound to something, you cannot gain the freedom because your beginning point, you are not free. So when we look at the Buddha's the life and around his teachings, the one of the major it is not something very simple. It is huge. Look at yourself. Even can you raise a child without ordering or without putting kind of like rules and regulation? No, you cannot. Our very human life. Even look at then the without police or the law and enforcement. Without the highway patrol. So can you think that the people are going to behave properly? No, it's not going to happen. It's going to become a chaos. But when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, it is just not only physical and mental. It's giving you total freedom. It is a kind of like a risk, but it works. So that is one thing you have to understand in this path. So there are disciplines. So that discipline mainly is a kind of like that you become responsible. It's kind of like you become ability to respond something. And it is not kind of like you bound to it. It is not a kind of like if you break it, you're going to punish. Kind of like that way. So because if you tie to something, you cannot find the liberation. So then in day-to-day life, remember, gain that freedom inside you little by little from everything. And you can gain that total freedom inside you. Even though physically, we have kind of like the responsibilities to do things. Always remember, keep that inner freedom. That is one of the important things to grow your spirituality or grow your wisdom, grow your liberation. Keep that inner freedom. Never try to hold it to anything as personal. Just as you know, when you deeply experience the moment by moment, impermanent, that impermanent means the very moment that you are in this very moment, that's change. There is no collective memory, collective nature going to be with us. But when we think it's going to be like that way, that thinking is itself is going to be the samsara. But when you deeply see the truth, you recognize there's nothing. Totally itself, naturally you are free. Only thing is you have to access to that freedom. It is not kind of like a mentally you create something. Totally you become free. See, look at the world, what we can hold. Physically, materially, what we can hold. There is nothing we can hold. There were more powerful people all over the world in the history when we look. They used to be so capable for many things. But look today, where they are. They all gone. All that situations gone. That's going to happen to us also. We also have to go. And there is no way we can, hold it to something. So once you recognize that, keep that inner freedom inside you. That freedom, moment by moment, you have to, consciously you have to gain. That is the important thing. Consciously you have to gain. Don't allow it to buy through the prayers or through kind of like initiating or through kind of like ordering. It will happen to you. No. By consciously, you have to drop things. Where when you do the action in that very moment, try to be free from that action. Even try yourself, your husband, wife, children, friends and family members, whatever you do for them, you do with the great love, respect, but at the same time try to drop and try to be free from the action that you have done. That is a great challenge. You cannot do it. Why? Because that action, that is what you're reminding later. And that's why you tell, oh, I did this, because it become your seal, that it's become your protection wall. But that wall is kind of like a great wall. It is just there. It cannot do anything. So whatever you have done, it cannot do anything to you. It's only create another journey to sansara. So then whatever you do with the great respect. Try it. One day, one action you can try. One day, one action. Do with the great respect and love, especially the people around you. Do. And drop it. Cut down. Never think about it. You will start to feel kind of like a shine inside. Freedom inside. That it will liberate you in that very moment. Try. And it giving you the great joy. That joy is more higher than even you getting a feedback from some action. When you get a feedback from some action, you feel joy, you feel happy. You know, when you do something to somebody and when they say appreciate it or says thank you or do something, you feel happy. Of course, it's a conventional happiness, you need that. But there is something, and it is so different and so beautiful and eternal. And it is so strong. And you don't believe sometimes it has power to absorb that, this entire around us, the nature also. And that joy can reflect through many things. And your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body become more sharper and clear. When you see trees, that it become more greener than when that more than any other time. When you see that joy, with that joy, when you see the outside, with that freedom, when you see the sky, you see it is so beautiful and so different. And when you, with that joy, when you see the sun, it is totally different. So that is what that is the thing that the other side of the world that we don't experience. Why? Because we bound to, we tangle to this ordinary level of life. But through the vipassana, it giving you path to access to that. So there is a, remember then, of course, that having an ordinary life, conventional life, you have happiness, you have the joy, but that joy, that happiness, there is always a risk. There is always fear hold us. There is always jealousy. There is always anger. You have to be so careful. You have to be so gentle, because in case if something go wrong, something missing, something, become that miss, then it's kind of like a chaos. So that this conventional joy, conventional happiness, conventional satisfaction, it's come with the danger. And it's not going to be forever. It is struggle. And it's kind of like this, like running on a treadmill. Why? Because you're sweating, you're running faster, but you're at the same place. That is the thing with this, the, conventional life of happiness, joy. You running, you keep doing, but you are at the same place. You don't go anywhere. So that is why you are in the same circle of sankara. When it comes to sansara, it goes circle. So you go in the same place, same thing with them. So the vipassana is giving you access to get out of this. So for that, remember to gain the total freedom yourself. So that is the Buddha's teaching. It's the freedom, the total freedom of the mind. It is very risky. Some people cannot take it. That's why you have to be matured with practicing to become free. Even see sometimes physically, children, parents, they cannot be free. They are animals. If you try to send them out, they cannot go. They come back. They cannot be free. They cannot experience. They cannot take it. They cannot handle it. Even children, if you try to free them, send, no, they come back. They cannot be. See, who is bringing it? Who is bringing it? Question yourself. Can you be totally free from this everything? Or are you holding to something? Is there any current try to hold you, push you towards something? Before you sleep, try to exercise yourself. Just imagine this, you become free from everything, even this physical form. You become formless, you deconstruct everything, even from the mind, memory. You become free from everything. Try. You see, start to see a little light shining deeper inside you. So that will guide you little by little, little by little, little by little. Because when you find that freedom inside you, that is the greatest contribution that you can give to others. You start to, make them free. When we tie it to, when we hold it to things, what will happen? We start to, keep things around us. So that inner freedom is the beauty of the Buddha's teaching. So when it comes to Buddha's teaching, that's why there is no later, that all the principles and the precepts and this everything came to, disciplinary code introduced to the community of the Sangha. But that is not to build up a hierarchy. It is just to go through with the responsibility. It is totally different. It's nothing to do with the Nibbana. The mental freedom is completely different. So then it is every day you have to exercise yourself. And so try to find the freedom from emotions, freedom from anger, freedom from desire, freedom from jealousy, freedom from becoming, this everything coming when you able to be free from the moment of thought. So through the vipassana, when you recognize the impermanent, it is just not only one place of sensation, the all of your whole body, head to toes, each and every cell, blink of eye, like this, it's totally gone. And just digest it and see. That will make you liberate, make you free. And if you gain that freedom, that is the best gift that you can give to yourself, and that gift will become a gift for others itself. So that is the purpose of the Buddha's teaching. And there was one boy went to a boatman and told, "Can you teach me how to become a boatman?" So the boatman told, "Yes, I can do that. Come with me." And then they jump to the boat and start to sail. And then the boatman told the very first rule: Don't control the boat. Just let the boat to be float. Let it go. Don't control. The boy asks, how possible? How I can do that? So becoming a boatman means controlling the boat. So the boatman told, no, you cannot do that. If you want to become the boatman, remember to free the boat. So the boy came back and he got so confused about this. And then he went to the master, Confucius. And then he went to the Confucius and asked, Master, I went to learn the boat, and then the boatman told me, don't think about the boat, don't control the boat. So then the master told, you have to learn to swim. When you know how to swim, you're not going to think about the boat. When you don't know how to swim, when you don't know the nature of the water, you always trying to think about the boat. You always try to control the boat. You cannot become a boat. So becoming a great boatman, you have to learn to swim. So the boy understood. And he started to learn to swim. And when he became more better with the water, then the fear disappeared of the water. He became more familiar with the water. And then he jumped to the boat. Now he started to sail with the free mind. So same thing with the meditation. It's nothing to do with the mind. Controlling mind and holding mind or something like that. It's nothing to do with that. Just start to be comfortable yourself. Just start to know yourself. Just start to see yourself. Don't try to control the mind. Don't try to hold it or fight with the mind. Once you start to know yourself, once you start to listen and recognize who you are, that recognition will slowly take you to total freedom. That freedom will liberate you. So that liberation itself become your meditation. If there is no meditation can, in Buddha's teaching, there is no meditation can, that if it is cannot liberate you, there is no that kind of teaching. Any meditation try to take you to make you free. So then the very secret point yourself to learn first, start to be comfortable, never struggle, learn to accept without any condition. What's the wrong? Why you have to have the condition to accept yourself? Because that is who you are. Only thing, just know that knowingly itself take you further. Little by little, it make you comfortable. And that deeper satisfaction will help you to slowly settle down and have an undisturbed mind. When you have that undisturbed mind, that will slowly help you to drop everything in that very moment. That dropping moment make you liberate and free. That liberation transform you to your ultimate bliss of Nibbana. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbitiyo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavattvantarayo sukhini gayuko bhava ettavatacha ammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idamme punya kammang asavakkayavang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.